Aging has long been viewed as an inevitable decline, a gradual process that silently erodes strength, energy, and independence. But what if science now reveals that aging is not a fixed destiny, but rather a process we can influence through very specific daily actions? Harvard researcher Dr. David Sinclair has spent decades studying why we age, and his work reveals something deeply empowering. The body has built-in switches for repair and renewal, and we can activate them even after the age of 60. This is not about chasing youth in the mirror. It is about protecting your mobility, your memory, and your vitality so that the years ahead are not just longer, but also richer and stronger. When we look at people who remain vibrant in their later decades, they are not relying on luck or perfect genetics. They are consistently using habits that flip what Sinclair calls the body's anti-aging switch. For example, the right kind of exercise, certain eating patterns, and even exposing yourself to small amounts of stress like cold or fasting can activate survival genes that keep the body sharper and more resilient. These are not extreme protocols meant for athletes or scientists in a lab. They are tools that can be adapted for seniors, simple shifts that bring profound changes in energy, balance, and overall well-being. What is happening on a cellular level is fascinating. With age, the systems that repair DNA clear out damaged cells and protect the mitochondria. The batteries of our cells start to slow down. Sinclair's research shows that when we challenge the body in specific ways, we reactivate these systems. That means stronger muscles, steadier blood sugar, a clearer mind, and less inflammation. In other words, aging slows down not because of expensive treatments, but because of how you move, eat, and recover. In this speech, I will walk you through Dr. Sinclair's 5 most powerful anti-aging steps, each supported by science and practical. For seniors to start today, by the end, you will see that you have more control over aging than you may have ever believed. One of the most overlooked secrets of aging well is how we move our bodies. Many seniors have been told that gentle activity, like walking or light stretching, is enough to stay healthy after 60. While those habits are certainly important, research shows that if we want to slow down aging at the cellular level, we must go one step further. Dr. David Sinclair emphasizes that brief moments of intensity, the kind that leaves you slightly breathless, can flip the body's anti-aging switch in ways that slow decline and actually rejuvenate energy. When you push your body until your breathing quickens, you are signaling your cells that survival matters. This triggers a protective response known as hormesis, which simply means the body grows stronger when challenged. Just as muscles grow after being stressed with weight, your mitochondria, the batteries inside your cells, multiply and strengthen when faced with short bursts of physical demand. Studies published in journals like Cell Metabolism show that this type of exercise increases mitochondrial function, which directly supports energy, memory, and resilience. As we age, you may wonder, does this mean seniors need to start running marathons or doing heavy weightlifting? Absolutely not. The key is not the length of exercise, but the intensity relative to your ability. For some, this may mean walking briskly up a hill until you feel your lungs working. For others, it could be climbing a flight of stairs quickly, or doing light resistance training with bands or small weights in short intervals. The point is to go just beyond comfort, to the place where breathing deepens. But the effort is still safe and sustainable. Think about this, like cleaning the cobwebs out of a system that has become sluggish. If we never push our bodies beyond gentle movement, our repair mechanisms stay quiet. This includes the sirtuins, the very longevity proteins that Sinclair studies. These proteins repair DNA, reduce inflammation, and protect brain function. In simple terms, breathless moments tell your body, stay strong, stay sharp, stay alive. One practical way to apply this is through what fitness experts call intervals. Let us say you enjoy walking around your neighborhood. Instead of keeping the same slow pace, you could walk at a faster pace for 60 seconds. Then return to your normal pace for 2 minutes, repeating this 3 or 4 times. In less than 20 minutes, you have trained your body to reach that breathless state without overstraining yourself. Another tool is body weight exercises, such as sit to a stance from a chair, where you move quickly for short bursts. Each small challenge adds up to a powerful anti-aging effect. Have you noticed how your energy drops in the afternoon? or how climbing stairs feels more exhausting than it used to. Much of that comes from weaker mitochondria. But here is the hopeful news: these cells respond quickly. Even after just a few weeks of regular breathless training, seniors report more energy during the day, improved balance, and even better sleep at night. The body adapts when asked to, no matter the age. Of course, safety matters. If you have not exercised in years or have a health condition, always begin gradually and consider consulting a healthcare professional before starting. You can scale the intensity to your current ability. The important thing is consistency, not perfection. A few minutes, several times a week, can be enough to activate the genes of resilience. So, step 1 of Sinclair's anti-aging blueprint is simple but profound. Do not settle for only light movement. Instead, train until slightly breathless. These short bursts of intensity wake up dormant systems in your body, telling your cells to repair, protect, and renew. And when paired with the other steps we will explore, this one change can create a foundation for strength, balance, and vitality well into later life. One of the most powerful yet natural tools for slowing down aging is not about what you eat, but rather when you eat. Dr. David Sinclair and many other researchers highlight intermittent fasting as a way to trigger the body's natural repair systems. For seniors, this does not mean extreme fasting or starvation. It simply means creating longer breaks between meals so your body can clean, repair, and reset itself on a cellular level. When you constantly supply the body with food, especially foods that raise blood sugar, your cells stay in a storage and growth mode. That may sound good, but with age it becomes harmful because damaged cells are not cleared away and repair genes stay switched off. During fasting windows, the opposite occurs. Your body shifts into what scientists call autophagy, which means it begins to recycle old, weak, or damaged parts of cells and replace them with stronger, healthier ones. This is like sending your body's repair crew into action every single day. Studies from institutions, such as the National Institute on Aging, show that intermittent fasting improves insulin sensitivity, lowers inflammation, and supports brain health. Seniors who practice gentle fasting often notice clearer thinking, steadier energy throughout the day, and even less joint pain. This is not a fad diet, but a rhythm that works with the body's natural cycles, restoring balance that constant snacking disrupts. You may be wondering how this works in real life. The simplest and most senior-friendly method is called time-restricted eating. Instead of eating from early morning until late at night, you shorten your eating window. For example, you might eat your first meal at 9 in the morning and finish dinner by 7 in the evening. That creates a 14-hour window overnight, where your body is not digesting but instead repairing. Some people gradually move to a 12-hour eating window, such as 10 in the morning to 10 at night, and then slowly shorten it further as they feel comfortable. Another option is to simply delay breakfast a bit. If you are used to eating right, after waking, try having only water, tea, or black coffee for the first hour or two of the morning, and then eat your first meal later. These small adjustments extend the fasting period without making you feel deprived. The key is consistency, not perfection. Even a few days a week of practicing this rhythm can set off the repair signals Sinclair's research points to. Think of fasting as giving your body a chance to take out the trash. Without those breaks, damaged proteins and dysfunctional mitochondria pile up, leading to fatigue, foggy memory, and faster aging. With fasting, the cellular cleanup process clears the clutter, allowing new energy-producing cells to thrive. This is why many seniors report not only improved energy, but also greater sharpness of mind and better control over their weight after adopting intermittent fasting. Of course, fasting should be done carefully. Seniors with diabetes, certain medications, or unique health concerns should speak with a healthcare provider before making changes. The goal is not to push into extremes, but to find a gentle, sustainable rhythm that fits your life. Even a 12-hour fast each night, something as simple as finishing dinner earlier, is enough to create meaningful benefits. Step 2 in Sinclair's anti-aging routine shows us that food is not just fuel, but also a signal. When you eat, you signal your body to grow. When you fast, you signal your body to repair. Both are essential, but with age, most of us spend too much time in the growth mode and not enough in the repair mode. Intermittent fasting restores this balance, giving your body a chance to clean, rebuild, and strengthen itself every single day. Aging is not just about the passing of time. It is also about how well the body adapts to stress. Dr. David Sinclair and other longevity researchers point out that small, controlled amounts of stress actually make the body more resilient. One of the most fascinating ways to apply this is through cold exposure, or what many call cold stress. It may sound uncomfortable at first, but the science behind it is remarkable, and the benefits can be felt quickly, even in seniors. When you expose your body to short periods of cold, you activate what scientists call brown fat. Unlike the ordinary white fat that stores calories, brown fat is metabolically active. It burns energy to create heat, which not only keeps you warm, but also improves blood sugar regulation and reduces harmful inflammation. In fact, studies published in the Journal of Clinical Investigation show that activating brown fat helps protect against obesity, diabetes, and even cardiovascular decline. All major concerns for seniors, but cold stress does more than burn energy. It also signals your body to strengthen its repair systems. Cold exposure stimulates norepinephrine, a neurotransmitter that improves focus, mood, and resilience. It also helps reduce inflammation markers in the blood, which is critical because chronic inflammation accelerates aging and contributes to joint pain, memory loss, and fatigue. By simply embracing a little cold, you are teaching your body to become stronger rather than weaker in the face of stress. Now, this does not mean you need to plunge into icy lakes or endure extreme conditions. The beauty of Sinclair's is that they can be adapted to anyone's lifestyle. For seniors, a practical tool is to end your regular shower with just 30 seconds of cooler water. Over time, you can gradually extend it to 1 or 2 minutes as your tolerance improves. Another option is to step outside in the morning without a coat, even just for a couple of minutes. Letting the natural cool air activate your body's response. Some people enjoy using cool compresses or even placing a cold pack on the back of the neck for a few minutes. These small, safe exposures are enough to trigger the anti-aging benefits without risking discomfort or illness. The point is not to suffer, but to gently lean into the experience, reminding your body how to adapt. Just like muscles grow when challenged, your cells grow more resilient when exposed to controlled cold. Have you ever noticed how refreshed and alert you feel when stepping outside on a chilly morning? That is your body's nervous system waking up, sharpening focus, and signaling resilience. Seniors who adopt this habit often report improved energy throughout the day, reduced aches and stiffness, and even better sleep at night. The nervous system learns to regulate itself more effectively, which means better stress management overall. Of course, caution is important. If you have certain health conditions like heart disease or uncontrolled blood pressure, speak with a healthcare provider before beginning cold exposure. Always start gradually and listen to your body. Even mild exposure like washing your face with cool water can be enough to provide benefits. What matters most is consistency over time. Step 3 of Sinclair's anti-aging protocol is a reminder that comfort is not always what keeps us healthy. In fact, gentle discomfort, like a splash of cold, can be one of the most powerful tools to wake up dormant systems and slow aging. By leaning into the cold just a little each day, you invite your body to stay sharper, stronger, and more resilient, proving that age does not have to mean fragility. If there is one molecule that longevity scientists are most excited about, it is NAD+, short for nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. At first, the name sounds complicated, but the idea is simple. NAD+ is the spark plug that keeps your cells running. Every time your body makes energy, repairs DNA, or switches on genes that protect against aging, NAD+ is at the center of the process. Without it, nothing in the body works as it should. The problem is that NAD declines steeply with age. By the time you reach 60, your NAD+ levels are often less than half of what they were in your youth. This decline leaves cells struggling to repair themselves, makes the brain less sharp, and slows muscle recovery. According to Dr. David Sinclair, restoring NAD+ is like restoring youth at the cellular level because it reignites processes that keep cells clean, energized, and resilient. So, how do you boost NAD naturally? One of the most powerful tools is fasting or time-restricted eating. When you go without food for a window of time, for example 12 to 16 hours, your cells respond by increasing NAD and activating repair pathways. This is why seniors who practice gentle intermittent fasting often report feeling clearer, lighter, and more energetic. The body becomes more efficient, and NAD+ levels climb. Exercise is another NAD booster. Even light activity like brisk walking or resistance training challenges the mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses inside your cells. When mitochondria are stressed in healthy ways, they demand more NAD to function, and your body responds by making more of it. That is why staying active, even at an older age, can be one of the simplest and most reliable ways to slow cellular aging. Sunlight also plays a role. Morning light exposure not only balances your circadian rhythm, but also helps maintain healthy NAD+ levels by regulating enzymes that control its production. Think of it as another natural reset button. Just a short time outdoors, even 10 to 15 minutes in the morning, signals your cells to protect and restore themselves. For some people, supplements can be considered as well. Compounds like NMN, nicotinamide, mononucleotide, and NR-nicotinamide, riboside RNAD precursors that the body can use to rebuild levels that have declined with age. Research in both animals and humans shows promising results: improved muscle endurance, sharper cognition, and better metabolic health. However, Dr. Sinclair often emphasizes that lifestyle tools like fasting, exercise, and light should come first before supplementation. As they teach the body to naturally restore balance, what makes NAD+ so special is its role in activating SNCOins, the longevity genes that protect DNA and regulate inflammation. Without NID, these genes are silent. With NAD+, they switch on and act like guardians, repairing cellular damage and calming harmful processes that speed up aging. This is why boosting NAD is not just about more energy. It is about turning back the clock on how cells behave. Seniors who begin supporting their NAD levels often notice improvements within weeks. Energy feels steadier throughout the day, sleep becomes deeper, and the ability to handle stress improves. Muscles recover more quickly from light exercise, and memory sharpens, as though the brain is firing on all cylinders again. These changes may seem small at first, but over months and years, they add up to a body and mind that feel biologically younger. The key is consistency. Small daily choices, like fasting overnight, taking a morning walk, or building a habit of light exercise, fuel NAD+ production in a sustainable way. Supplements may be an additional layer, but the foundation is always in your daily rhythm. By making NAD+ a priority, you are directly nourishing the very molecule that makes life possible, and with it, preserving the vitality that aging tries. To take away Step 4 of Sinclair's anti-aging roadmap reminds us that age is not just a number. It is a reflection of how well our cells maintain their energy and repair systems. Boosting NAD+ is like giving your body new batteries, keeping every system from your brain to your muscles to your heart running smoothly for longer. One of the most overlooked secrets to slowing down aging is keeping your blood sugar stable. Dr. David Sinclair often emphasizes that wild swings in blood glucose are like tiny hits of stress that wear your body down over time. Each spike damages proteins, stiffens tissues, and inflames blood vessels. Over decades, this creates an internal environment that accelerates aging. The encouraging truth is that stabilizing blood sugar is entirely within your control, and the benefits can be felt within days. When blood sugar rises too quickly after a meal, the body scrambles to produce insulin, the hormone that moves glucose into cells. If this happens often, cells become resistant, forcing the pancreas to pump out more insulin. This cycle is not just about diabetes, it is about aging itself. Elevated insulin blocks fat burning, increases inflammation, and speeds up the decline of mitochondria, the power generators of your cells. In seniors, this contributes to fatigue, memory problems, and muscle loss. By flattening these spikes, you create a smoother energy flow that protects every system in your body. The first step is adjusting what you eat and how you eat it. Research shows that beginning a meal with vegetables or protein creates a barrier. that slows how quickly sugar enters the bloodstream. For example, starting with a salad or a small piece of protein before eating carbohydrates can cut glucose spikes in half. This simple sequencing trick reduces the stress on your system without requiring radical diet changes. Pairing carbohydrates with healthy fats like olive oil or avocado also slows absorption, creating steadier energy. Another powerful tool is movement after meals. Even a gentle 10-minute walk after eating can significantly lower blood sugar. This is because contracting muscles pull glucose out of the bloodstream without needing insulin. For seniors, this is especially helpful because it bypasses some of the insulin resistance that tends to creep in with age. Over time, this habit not only lowers glucose spikes but also strengthens muscles and improves circulation, both critical factors in longevity. Intermittent fasting, which Sinclair often highlights, also plays a central role in stabilizing blood sugar. By giving your body longer breaks from food, you lower insulin levels and increase insulin sensitivity. This means your cells can handle glucose more efficiently the next time you eat. Seniors who adopt a gentle fasting window, for example, 12 to 14 hours overnight, often find that their energy feels more balanced, cravings decrease, and brain fog lifts. The rhythm of eating less often becomes a reset button for glucose control. Stress management is another hidden lever. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, a hormone that raises blood sugar even if you are not eating. This explains why anxious or sleep-deprived people often see higher glucose levels. Simple tools like deep breathing, mindfulness, or even a daily nature walk help calm cortisol and indirectly smooth blood sugar. For seniors, this can make a dramatic difference because stress often hits harder with age, and managing it protects both mind and body. Hydration also plays a role. Dehydration concentrates glucose in the blood, making spikes more severe. Drinking water throughout the day, especially before meals, helps your kidneys flush out excess glucose and keeps levels more even. Adding mineral-rich fluids, such as a pinch of sea salt in water, supports electrolyte balance, which is especially important for seniors who may not absorb nutrients as efficiently as before. When blood sugar is stable, the body functions as it was designed to. Energy remains steady instead of crashing mid-afternoon. The brain operates with clarity instead of fog. Muscles are preserved, inflammation stays low, and the risk of chronic disease falls dramatically. Sinclair points out that the body essentially ages slower in this state because the damaging cycles of glucose and insulin are broken. The beauty of this step is how accessible it is. You do not need complicated equipment or expensive supplements. By sequencing meals, walking after eating, fasting overnight, and managing stress, you can dramatically reduce glucose spikes. These small daily actions protect your cells, your brain, and your cardiovascular system. They add up, year after year, to a body that resists the pull of time. Stabilizing blood sugar is not just about avoiding diabetes, it is about preserving vitality, independence, and mental sharpness deep into later years. It is a daily practice that acts like a shield against aging, guarding the most delicate systems of the body and ensuring they continue to serve you well. When you make this your final step in Sinclair's anti-aging roadmap, you complete the circle: training, fasting, cold stress, NAD support, and glucose stability. Together, these practices create a life where aging slows and youthfulness endures. Aging is often thought of as something we cannot control, as if the years inevitably strip away our energy, our strength, and our clarity of mind. But what Dr. David Sinclair and others in the field of longevity science have revealed is that aging is not just a clock on the wall. It is a process that can be influenced, slowed, and in some ways even reversed. What you have heard today are not theories locked away in research papers, but practical tools grounded in biology that you can begin to apply immediately. When you train until breathless, even with short bursts of effort, you are signaling your body to stay young. You activate pathways that strengthen your muscles, protect your heart, and renew your cells. When you practice intermittent fasting, you give your system time to clean out old, damaged proteins and reset its energy use. By leaning into cold stress, you awaken survival mechanisms that keep your metabolism sharp and your immune system resilient. Supporting your NAD+ levels is like charging the batteries inside your cells, giving them the power to repair and rejuvenate. And finally, when you stabilize your blood sugar, you prevent the tiny but relentless damage that comes from glucose spikes. Keeping your energy steady and your tissues protected, each of these steps is powerful on its own. But the true magic happens when you weave them together into a routine. Think of them as 5 pillars that hold up the foundation of youth inside your body. If one is missing, the structure wobbles. When all are in place, they reinforce each other and create a strong, lasting system of defense against aging. For seniors especially, the difference is not just about adding years to life, but adding life to those years, maintaining the freedom to move, think, and enjoy every day with clarity and vitality. It is also important to remember that anti-aging is not about chasing perfection. It is not about extreme protocols or impossible discipline. It is about consistency with small, powerful choices. A brisk walk that leaves you slightly breathless, skipping late-night snacks and letting your body rest. Turning the shower handle to cold for 30 seconds, choosing a balanced meal that steadies blood sugar. These are not unreachable practices. They are daily habits anyone can build. Over time, they accumulate into a body and mind that resist decline and hold on to strength and youthfulness. As Dr. Sinclair often emphasizes, the real measure of anti-aging is not just in the mirror or on the scale. It is in your energy, your memory, your relationships, and your ability to keep doing the things you love. Every time you train your muscles, fast a little longer, embrace the cold, boost your NAD, or stabilize your blood sugar, you are not only slowing aging, you are investing in future moments of joy, independence, and presence. So the invitation is simple. Choose one of these tools and start today. Then, as it becomes part of your rhythm, add another. Build your anti-aging practice one step at a time and let it grow with you. The years may pass, but you do not have to surrender your vitality to them. Science is showing us the way, and it is now up to each of us to take action. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to become part of this community. Subscribe for more science-backed tools on health and longevity, leave a comment sharing which step you plan to start with, and share this video with someone you care about. Together, we can spread the knowledge that aging does not have to mean decline. It can mean growth, resilience, and lasting strength. Your future self will thank you for the choices you make today.